TOWS matrix. Now this is something that comes right after SWOT analysis. Now SWOT analysis is mostly about research done by the marketing team with regard to the strengths, weaknesses, and the opportunities, as well as the threats faced by the company, and the TOWS needs to follow soon after that, because that's the next step. Here we focus on the aspects like what to do with the SWOT that we find out. So in TOWS matrix, what happens is we identify the strengths and get the opportunities and get the maximum of both. We call it S and O. And then the strengths, and we try to somehow mitigate the threats using the strengths. Next, identify the weaknesses and the opportunities and try to reduce the weaknesses, minimize the weaknesses, so that we can get the best out of opportunities. And finally, yes, the not so strong ones, the weaknesses, threats, try to reduce and avoid both in order to get better advantage for the company. So TOWS matrix is very crucial in fact, right? When you prepare a marketing plan. Normally in a marketing plan, we do not see students trying out TOWS matrix. They try to go for other aspects such as ANSOF, but TOWS does help a lot in coming up with a stronger the marketing plan. Now let's try to learn one by one. First one is what? Strengths and maximizing the opportunities with the strengths. Now I used CBL, Ceylon Biscuits Limited, as an example. Identify their strengths, experience, yes, expertise, distribution channels, definitely, and the brand recognition. One of the best brands in Sri Lanka, actually has been awarded the best brands of Sri Lanka multiple times in Sri Lanka by the Slim Brands Excellence. And look at the CBL opportunities. Yeah, they can easily go for new segments because of the the distribution channels and the brand recognition. And new products, yes they do. Diversify, yes they can. And what can we get the best out of strengths in order to get the maximum opportunity out of the opportunities? Coming up with a new product, perhaps, maybe the health segment. Such things can be done by Munchie, CBL, because of their strengths. And then the next one, ST, getting the best out of the strengths, so as a result helping to cut down on the threats. Now what are the strengths of CBL? Again, I'm using Munchie. Human resource, 60 years of experience. They have market share, they have a big market share, and yes, financial capital must be strong with CBL. What about threats? Yeah, external issues like the pandemic, economic downturns, problems with the supply chain, inflation can be any time, right? Still it's high. And okay, how are we going to get the strengths to not cancel, but reduce the impact of the threats? Yeah, we can have better storage, and we can come up with cost-effective production in order to cut down the waste, cut down on energy waste, improve energy efficiency. Yeah, things like that. Then third one, reducing the weaknesses and using that impetus to focus hard on the opportunities. What about the weaknesses of Munchie? Yeah, they do not have much of a health range of biscuits. Most of Sri Lankan biscuits are full of sugar and salt. Health ranges are rare, even in Munchie. Breakfast options, we don't see that much coming out of Munchie, being Sri Lanka's premier confectionery company. And the packaging is a problem in Munchie, isn't it? In multiple things, when once you unpack or break open the package, and that's it. You'll have to, squeeze it, do something to, preserve the remaining biscuits. Maybe that's a weakness, because you need to carry the biscuit. Sometimes you don't eat all the biscuits at the same time. What about the opportunities Munchie is having? That means things that they can do. Our workforce is very mobile. Average Sri Lankan worker travels dozen miles. Imagine the number of people coming into Colombo. About up to 500,000 people travel more than 10-15 miles to come to Colombo. And there's a trend for work from home. And health awareness is highly increased after the pandemic. So these are the opportunities for them to come up with new products. So What about minimizing weaknesses then? Yeah, having more fitness segment. Go for travel friendly packaging like the Revelo cardboard box. That helps a little bit of packaging. Traveling. Rather than the typical Sri Lankan chocolate that comes with the wrapper only, right? Like the Ritzbury range ones. And then let's focus on, identify the threats, try to avoid them, and then try to do the same for the weaknesses. What about the weaknesses? Smaller packaging. Munchie comes in small packages, so even for a family needing a monthly supplement of biscuits, they have to buy lots of small packets. Only limited range of Munchie products are available in big ones like these tins or the big boxes. That's less. And Munchie is not that much focused onto the senior adult market that may go for less salt, less sugar, less carb, right, for the health segment. And yes, lots of Munchie stuff, raw materials, ingredients do come from abroad. We have limited local sourcing, such as dried milk. So, what about the threats? So, when you focus on the long range supply chains, disruptions are not to be, unexpected. Can happen, and the market trends of the people, right? That also is a threat that Munchie may face. The youth segment of today prefer more healthier food options. So then, avoiding threats and reducing weaknesses. Yeah, they have a weakness of not focusing on the senior adults. What about coming up with a product range? Sri Lanka has several million people over age of 60. Now that's not a small segment. Yeah, we need both in order to run a proper marketing plan. It's what we all do in situation analysis. And TOWS matrix to go with ANSOF, to go with other things, right, is a good idea as well. It's something that will add value to the depth of the marketing plan and add quality as well. So, TOWS matrix is, I would say, very much of a needed thing in a marketing plan. Catch you in another lesson.